In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to organize continuous data by doing this practice problem. And first thing we're going to do is to acknowledge that this is continuous data. First of all, it's quantitative versus qualitative. And this is continuous and not discrete. And discrete further can be classified as small or large. And what we know is that we organize large discrete same way as continuous. So everything we do today with continuous data can be done tomorrow with large discrete data. So let's take a look at the data set. Let's bring it in. And let's start analyzing it. If there were no suggestions in regards to first class lower limit and class width, I would have to come up with my own class limit, lower class limit, and with using a guideline provided in the lecture notes. But since the first class lower limit and the class width are provided, I'm going to use that. And how do I do that? Well, I'm going to create this division of the number line by following this exact recommendation. The first class lower limit is 15, so nothing should be less than 15. And the class width is 10, meaning the next class's lower limit will be 15 plus 10, 25. And you just keep on adding 10, and by doing so, you will create what's called grouping or beans. And I don't see any value larger than 65, so I think this would be sufficient. But again, just to be safe, let's go up to 75. So these are my classes, and everything has to fall into one of these beans. To create frequency distribution table, we're going to list all these classes, just like we would list categories when analyzing categorical data or qualitative data in general. And the only thing one needs to remember here is that even though number 25 or each of these numbers is showing twice in this table, the actual number 25 will belong to only this class, so that every number has a place and no numbers left out. So let's go ahead and start creating a frequency distribution table by tallying up this data set. 5424 belongs, I think I missed, I definitely missed a category. So this is 45, 55, 55, 65, 65, 75, and 54.24 belongs here. 38.29 belongs here. 55.16 belongs here. 49 is right under 50, so it's here. 48 goes here. 44 is under 45. 50 is here. 42 is here. 24 is here. 57 is here. 45 is here. 48 is here. Well, it's pretty boring. It's something that one has to learn how to do to master statistics, or to experience actually doing statistics. Hopefully I didn't lose track while chatting. Yep, there you go. So this is my tally. Here I can easily create frequencies: 1, 0, 8, 16, and 5. We can add the total. 1 plus 8, 9, 9 plus 16, 25, 25 plus 5, 30. And now, using the total and frequency, we can find relative frequency by dividing each of the frequencies by 30. So there's nothing new here, so I wouldn't really worry about the relative frequencies. And also, they are not required in the problem. But what I would do next, instead of doing relative frequencies, I would rather construct a histogram. So histogram would look something like this. And actually, like, creating classes is part of creating a histogram. So we're not going to start at 0, we're going to start at 15 here, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, and 75. And now the highest frequency is 16, so I'm going to draw the scale in increments of 5. So we're going to have 5, 10, 15, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 will be right here. So the first bar will range in width from 15 to 25, and it will be of height equal to 1. So it will look something like this. The next bar will have height 0, so there's going to be a gap between the bars. That's the only time we're allowed to have a gap. The next bar will have a height 8, so it's going to go something like this. The next bar will have height 16, so it would go like this. The next bar will have height 5, something like this, and the next bar will have height 0, so something like this. So this is what a frequency table and a histogram look like for continuous data. Now let's answer the question. The correct frequency table appears to be this, and the correct histogram appears to be, again, I'm looking my histogram and their histogram, and it looks like this one is the right one. And by the way, I was in such a rush, I forgot to read the problem. So this was recent transactions at the store. So it absolutely makes sense for transactions to be continuous data. Let's submit the problem, get the credit. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to practice a similar problem, look for that link in the description of the video.